This next story is truly inspirational. It's something that everyone needs to listen to because it's about staying positive, having the right attitude during the worst of times. Back in June, a 41-year-old San Diego police officer was headed home on his motorcycle, and it was a day just like any other until it wasn't. A 17-year-old driver struck him head on. That's when Chappie Hunter suffered multiple injuries and lost his leg below the knee. And with all of its hard work and devotion, he's here now to share his story and inspire us. Let's welcome Chappie Hunter to the show. Come on out here, Chappie. Look at you, you're walking so great. Unbelievable.
I'm feeling great being able to walk, so it's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you for honoring us by coming by the show. Okay, let's talk about, before you've gone through so much. You were back training 8 days after the accident, and you didn't have a physical therapist of your own. You wanted to be your own physical therapist.
That is true. That is very true. I walked out of the hospital 4 days after the accident, or I hopped out. I wouldn't let them take me out in the wheelchair. And then 8 days after the accident, I was back training CrossFit inside my garage.
Oh my gosh. And okay, he does so much. I could just to summarize, he trains people for free in his garage, CrossFit. He's an expert. He's a police officer. He's a father of a little boy, 6 years old.
6 years old.
Great husband.
Thank you.
But before we get into what you are and what you're doing now, because it's truly an inspirational story, can I take you back to the day of the accident, just to kind of fill the viewers in on all the details?
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about that.
Okay. So I had just competed in the Alpha Warrior competition down at Qualcomm Stadium. And then I got onto my personal motorcycle and was returning home at that time. Made one quick stop in Alpine, which is where I live. And then as I was coming up, not even a mile away from my house, I had crossed paths with a young driver who unfortunately made a mistake and cut right in front of me. And then I hit the front of her car. My leg was instantly severed on the accident site itself, and I suffered a bunch of other injuries, including a concussion. And then I was life-flighted over to Sharp Memorial Hospital, where they took phenomenal care of me.
Can I ask you, were you awake or were you passed out at this point?
Oh no, I was out. I don't remember the accident at all, which is actually a blessing to me, because I don't want to remember anything like that. But yeah.
So they life-flighted you over, then what happened?
I didn't really wake up. Even though I was conscious and talking to people there, I really wasn't conscious in my own mind. The next day is when I actually woke up, and I woke up to a mass of friends and family in that hospital, and my wife and my son. It was the most beautiful thing that I've seen ever, and knowing that I was alive and knowing that I was okay. The fact that I had lost my leg meant nothing to the fact that I was here to be able to still be with my family.
And smiling. And we have pictures of you smiling in the hospital bed,
Absolutely.
where most people would be so angry and they would blame this young girl and why me attitude. Did you ever have a why me attitude? Were you ever mad at God, or if you have any other religious beliefs or whatever, or mad at the world? Ever?
No.
Not 1 second?
No, I mean, never mad. I mean, you know, it's not like I believe that the young driver had any intention to do what she did. In fact, very shortly after the accident, you know, I actually wrote her a letter to say, you know, I was sorry, everything was okay.
You were sorry?
Yeah, that it was an accident, and I hope that, because I can only imagine what, you know, the mental pain for her that it'd be going through, and I wanted to make sure that she knew from me that I don't hold any grudges against her.
So let me reflect you real quick. She didn't reach out to you at all. You're in the hospital, but you felt the need to comfort her because you knew she would have tremendous guilt. So you reached out to her so she didn't have to.
That was what I wanted to do.
Because she probably wouldn't even know what to say. She probably was so burdened with so much guilt.
I can only imagine what her and her family were going through, and it made me feel better to be able to get that off of my chest and try my best to make her feel better as well.
And it was healing to you as well, to have forgiveness.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do you look at this as this was part of your fate and you can do good, there's good to come from this?
This has been, and I tell a lot of people that these last 3 months, even though the fact that I did lose my leg has probably been some of the best 3.5 months of my life. It's just a matter of something that is really important to me that's come out of this is paying it forward. The fact of taking my injury, trying to inspire other people to whatever minor ailments or even major ailments they may have, to be able to know that they can come out of this mentally and physically and be able to do good themselves and pay that forward as an inspirational method for them.
Well, just being around you motivates people, it inspires people to take their lives to another level. And not only in accomplishing tasks or whatever goals, but also to just being a better person, choosing to have a good attitude when you wake up every day. Because we all can complain about stuff if we want to, right?
Very true.
And what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's about the little things that used to bug me before the accident. The minute I woke up, I realized that those little things mean nothing anymore. And to be able to overcome not just the small things, but then to also come over to come over the bigger aspect of the pain or the injury itself is what's inspiring. And I just, someone had coined the term when I was in the hospital about being Chappie strong. Yeah. And I just kind of took that and I made that into an inspirational saying, which I made shirts and bracelets out of, which I actually brought some for you if you would like them. And so your Chappie Strong bracelet.
I love it.
And then on the back of the tank top here, it says to be Chappie Strong today.
I love it. I love it. And I plan on training with you. Because you still train in your garage, you have a whole CrossFit gym in there, and you train people for free.
I have a full one, yes.
And I'm gonna take the Chappie Challenge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you kick my behind, and we're gonna train together. I'll wear this shirt.
I would love to have you come up. We have a good, consistent, small group of people that come up and train, and it's CrossFit. I actually dedicate the actual saving of my life physically and mentally to CrossFit, because being able to be in shape in the beginning, to be able to survive the impact physically, and then mentally as a community, I mean, the CrossFit community came back together for me, as well as my department, as well as my family, to support me, and that brought me forward in my recovery. You know,
we're going to take a break, but when we come back, I want to talk about the things that you don't like to talk about. You don't want to talk about your pain, but we want to know what you're going through,
okay,
and how you were able to muster up the strength to start training, and what you did to get you back strong. Because, I mean, hello, that's 8 days after your accident. I don't know anybody that could do that. And you just finished a triathlon Sunday.
Well, I finished a portion of a triathlon. I was on a team of 3. because this is only my 6th day on my leg. Yeah. So I wasn't able to do bike or run.
Oh, but 6th day on your leg, buddy.
I did.
You're my hero. Are you kidding me?
I did the mile swim, and that was actually the best time that I'd done. And I think it was mostly inspirational based upon seeing the young kids and other people that were there that have even worse injuries than myself, and them pushing me to do better myself.
Well, the city has fallen in love with you. Not only does your wife and your son love you, the city loves you. The whole world's going to love you. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Chappie Hunter and hear his real story. His amazing story.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up.
My goal is to the date of the accident, 1 year from the date of the accident in June, either June or July, to be able to go back full duty. So I don't see any reason why that, with the way that they make prosthetics these days, that I can't be back chasing the bad guys and doing what I love. And that's my main goal.